Welcome everyone, and today we are going to be unboxing and setting up our first ASIC miner. Well, before we start this off, I just want to say this is not sponsored by anybody in any way. This is actually sent to me from a value member of the community who does enjoy my videos. So again, thank you very much for sending this out and letting me test it and do profitabilities and setups and everything else that has to do with an L3 Plus ASIC miner. I had to do a little bit of adjustments before I actually set this up. I got my extra Ethernet cable here. I had to readjust my rigs around so I could have another PDU cable so I could have this all hooked up to my 240 volt. Probably going to run this thing just on top of this rack above my CPU rigs right there. As you can see them hashing away. I do have everything I have currently on Unminable, mining us some Shiba coins, so can't wait to see what happens. We'll probably go to about 10-12 mil coins, shut her down, and move on to something else at that point. I was also running low. I was previously using this D-Link network switch right here for all my rigs and everything, but I had to upgrade because I need another slot, so now I have an extra 2 or 3 slots based on this one here. Again, when we get more stuff, we're gonna have to make even a bigger one. Maybe I should just go off the get-go, just get a big massive 50-port switch, but I don't need anything like that right now, and there's no point wasting money when you don't have to. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that big thumbs up button, and let's see what exactly is in this box. Here's our box, so we're gonna open it up and see exactly what we got going on and what we got to do to assemble this. Other videos I have seen previously, they do come intact, but the community member, he really did a good job on putting this thing together. Here we see a little bag. It looks like we got our screws. Most likely this is for our fans. There isn't too much assembly here. We got another little bag down here. Oh, what is this? Oh, sweet. All right, let's take a look at this. We got to open this up. I was not expecting this. This is a sweet little surprise. So here we have a minted Bitcoin. I think it's pretty heavy. Nice. So hey man, thanks a lot. I'm gonna leave your name out of this. I'm not sure if you do want your name mentioned in any of this, but yeah, here we go. We're just gonna get a quick look at that up close. That is a nice looking coin, nice weight, nice printed Bitcoin. So we got our official first Bitcoin right there. You've seen it here first. All right, so we got our fans here, a couple fans, which obviously we're gonna have to install and plug in. Get these off to the side before we break something. Oh, we got a little snag. Got a little snag here. There we go. All better. So we'll get these put off to the side. Did a nice job cleaning everything. Not too dusty at all. Who knows how long this thing was running for. Now, it was running when he unboxed it. He said he didn't really have time to test it. So, yes, now is a good time to test this. So we're going to pull this thing out of here. There we go. Hold on, let me get a balance on this. We don't want to be dropping nothing, especially on camera. And I can say, hey, it didn't work. But then he'll be like, hey, I saw you drop it. So here we go. We got an L3 Plus from Antminer. That is pretty sweet, I believe on 120 volt they do run about 800 watts, and if you're on 240 it should be around 750. So our fans are going to go in the front and back here. Those are our hash boards, and yeah, mighty fine, mighty sweet here. Let me kind of get this off to the side. There we go. This must be our power supply, Bitmain. So he sent us a Bitmain power supply here. Nice. All right, so there's our back end. That is your C14 plug. So from your PDU, you would be using the C13. That would plug into your C14 there. And we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 PCI Express cables for this. This board does require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got plenty of cables here. So this power supply will work just fine. Let's take a look. Does it have any numbers on it? We'll look right here. So this one does run on 100 up to 140 or 2 or 240. So you can run this one on any type of power. You can get bigger ones, but you do require 240 volt in order to run, or I guess 200 plus volt. But yeah, Bitmain Technologies. Where does it say the actual, is this 1600? So this is a 1600 watt, I believe, by the looks of that number. I don't know if that's 100% correct. In the comments, let me know, is this 1600 watts? I'm not familiar with these power supplies, but that looks about right. So nice, let's get this thing together. Just checking out the fans here, and they do look like they are 2 different fans. So this one here is a 3 amp fan, and this one is 2.7 amps, and it does have a longer cable over this one. Now remember, everything here is used, nothing is brand new, nothing is ever perfect, so we are still hoping this works, and I'm sure it will. Now to put this together, I'm going to use the longer one, which is the lower amp model, in the back so that I can reach to the board up top to plug it in. And I did read that the back fan actually spins a little bit slower than your intake fan, just to get that airflow in and then a little slower release. So that makes sense on this, where a little less amps with the longer cable in the back would work. So I'm going to install these and then we'll take a look. Here we are. I do have the fans installed, our power supply, our Ethernet cable, everything is installed. Highly recommended. Make sure your Ethernet cable is in before you power this thing up. Now we're just going to go around to the back here. Got all our PCI Express, all our 6 pins are installed. Everything is in, fans are plugged in. Everything looks good. I do not see any type of power switch anyway. So as soon as we plug in this power supply, I expect it is go time. So I guess let's do that. But before we do, we got to see how much power this thing is going to be drawing. And then we're going to have to go configure it later on, but it will boot up here. So we're sitting at the 1973. So we're going to go just 1980 watts on the peak here. So I guess we're sitting around 1960s for the most part. I guess we'll go 1965, and that's how we will calculate our power. Now, to do it the best way, I shut off all my rigs, but I just don't want to do that. So we're just doing a rough estimate, 1965 watts. Time to plug in this power. Here is our power cable coming in from our PDU. So I'm just going to pop this in, and there we go. I hear fans. Whoa, that thing's ramping right up. Okay, looking good. Airflow going through. We're just going to sit here and wait a couple minutes. It takes about 2 minutes. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me now. It is fairly loud, but let me take the mic. I'm going to bring it up close to that thing. It's not even really ramped up all the way yet. So let me just put my mic up here. Yeah, that's probably incensed. Okay, I'm going to put this back on. Okay, so it's not really ramped up yet. We're looking at a little over 2,000 watts right now. So we're only up 400. It should go to about 750 after about 2 minutes. Well guys, here we go. Our Antminer is up and running. We still got to set our wallet and everything. Once we get to the IP address, set up a pool and all that stuff, we have nice airflow moving in and out of this thing. Again, I'm not sure how loud or my voice is coming through on this thing because it is pretty loud, but it's mostly due to these fans. These fans are insane. They're crazy. But yeah, ultimately, I do love that sound. I think it just sounds amazing. That's great. I'd love to just pile this whole thing up full of ASICs because why not? We're going to have a look here. We're still waiting for this thing to actually ramp up and everything, though. It does take 2 minutes, like I was saying. So we're sitting a little over 2,000, so it has not done its thing yet. I'm going to jump into our network here and see if we can detect this. Okay, everyone, so if you did see my last video, it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks since we did get this Antminer, and I could not find the IP anywhere. It wouldn't boot, wouldn't finish its boot loop. Fans would stay sped right up completely. So this is the old control board. So I did order a new one. That did fix it. I did have new fans come in and they did not fix the problem. So it led to the control board again, which made me order one from Decentral. They're located in Canada here in Quebec. And I put that in and it fired right up. So the issue was the control board. Again, I'm not quite sure what it was yet. There is a Bitmain virus going around. If you're not sure about it, look it up. I will do another video sometime here in the quick future going over that virus and how you can potentially fix it. But it could fry it out because it does involve trying to short out your board to the memory chip. But again, it might not work. I did shut off all my miners here so we can get an estimate of this 240 volt, how much power it is consuming right now. And it looks like about 774. Now it does go up anywhere from about 750 up to about 800, depending what algorithm it's mining. Well, it's always the same algorithm. It's all script, but like depending on the coin, each coin can be different. I'm profit switching through pro hashing for the max amount of profits instead of mining just Litecoin or whatever. So we'll take a look at like our 1 day profits and whatnot later on the video. So I'm going to move this over to 120 volt now and see how much power it is consuming. Here we are at our workstation. We are booted up, running away. We're mining, and it looks like we are over the 800 watt mark on 120 volt. I'll zoom in there a little bit more. So yeah, a little over 800 watts. I have not seen this go over 800 watts while it was on 240 volt, but it does look like it can pass it when you're only on 120. So Using 240 volt definitely does save a little bit of power, but not too much really. So let's look on how we actually set this thing up once you do have it running. Take a look at how to set the Antminer L3 Plus up in a second. But first I want to point out, I talked a little bit about that Bitmain virus going around. A lot of people are recommending the Hivon ASIC firmware. So we're going to try this in a different video, but it does declare it could do up to 720 mega hash on the standard instead of your 504, which we're getting now. Whether that's true, I have no idea. It's also supposed to use less power. And the main feature why people do recommend the HiveOS for the ASICs is because it has an antivirus in it, and supposedly it does keep your miners safe from that Bitmain virus that is floating around. So we're going to try this out in different videos, see if we can get a little more hashes out of it, as well as better power consumption, because name of the game is efficiency. This is an older miner, obviously, so how much we'll actually get, who knows. So this says like chip auto configuring finds problematic or heavy worn chips and adjusts their frequencies. It automatically lowers frequencies on damaged chips to consume less power and prolong chip lifespan. So whether this actually works, we'll find out in a future video here. I definitely do want to check this out, and I don't want to get any of that Bitmain virus going around onto this ASIC as well, because then that's another control board out the window if the fix does not work. First thing you are going to want to do once your miner is up and running is you're going to have to point it to a pool, everything just like you are when you're GPU mining. So you're going to need to know the IP first and foremost. Advanced IP scanner, it's a nice free program. You install it, hit the scan button, look for all the IPs. It'll be labeled Bitmain, it'll be labeled Texas Instruments. That's what mine was labeled as. I'm not going to go through any of this in case it starts giving you some crazy information about all my stuff, so you guys can try and hijack me, but that's pretty much, that's all you need. The advanced IP scanner, it'll detect your IP. Then you just plug your IP into here and you'll come up to this screen here. Here I am in the miner configuration. And this is where you'd set your pool URL, the worker name, and then your pool password, which I get from ProHashing. It makes all this for you. This is crossed out right now, so you can't see my password to get in. And then you got pool 1 and pool 2. So if pool 0 goes down, it'll swap to the next pool. Next pool, you do not want to put the same pool in all three if you're only planning on using the one, because it could run into errors and whatnot. So it is better to use different pools. I am only using the one, and I just keep an eye on it all the time and set up notifications just in case, you know, the pool or something does go down. Now, in order to get that, I am using ProHashing, which is a profit switching pool. Now, from going back and forth, I did kind of hit like a stale share here. They call it suboptimal share. It's not a rejected. For you GPU miners, that is a stale share. And now it does say I have 2 here. This is your current coin. Right now it is mining Litecoin. It'll switch before, and every time it does do, like right now I've only been on Litecoin for 5 seconds. And this is the symbol here. When it switches to something, there it goes. It just switched. You can see. Now we're on Digibyte. We've been mining it for 3 seconds. Looks like we do about $9 per day here. This is USD. Right now we've done a total of $10 USD, but it's about $9 Canadian. I have my payout set for what is it? 0.1? Oh, it might just be 0.1. So yeah, I have it set to 0.1, so it is free. There's a set limit here. I'll take a look at our payouts here. Click on payouts here. I have it set at 0.1. You can kind of see when you adjust it. There's a little thing here. Some decide if you go less than this amount here, in between here, you do have to pay a small fee. And if you go above it, but there is a maximum, then you don't have to pay a fee. So I have mine at 0.1. There's no fee. So I'm just going to wait for that. Again, Canadian, it looks like within 12 hours or 24 hours, I calculated it. Looks like a little over $9, almost $10 per 24-hour period. So again, I'm going to keep an eye on it for out a week, and then, you know, I'll do an updated video in a week. I'll do a video on a month and see exactly where we are at this power consumption wise and price wise, and see if we are actually making any type of money mining with this ASIC or not. It is an older ASIC. I really enjoy how ProHashing's dashboard actually tells you so much information. So like I'm on here, and here you can see our mining efficiency, blocks, percentages, whatever. It's like most mining pools. But if you click on the live mining details, now it has your total mega hash you got going on here. I don't know why it's so high though, because it's kind of glitched out between the 2 workers still. This one will slowly eventually fall off. Here's all you have merged, different coins and everything. So it looks like with Flow, where do I have Flow here? So where is Flow? What is Flow? Oh, there it is. So Florin coin. It looks like we hit blocks quite often on the thing. Maybe we should solo mine Flow for a while. It's probably not worth very much because we are profit switching, kind of like how the ocean is, but we're doing this through all the script algorithms, and we're being paid out in Litecoin. So it's kind of cool, interesting how these things work out. ASIC mining is pretty different, a different type of organization altogether, but it's kind of fun. You know, all different types of mining is a lot of fun. I've recently just tried Chia 2. I'll be doing a video on that. I kind of got it half done right now, but yeah, this is pretty sweet. I do have some other things I wanted to point out, but I don't know where they are. Is it under balances? Oh, here we can go to balances. You can actually see your daily stuff here. So each day is considered on this pool. Where is it? 10 a.m. So 12 Eastern, which is about 10 my time in the morning, I believe. So it should say where all the cutouts are. Probably right back to our dashboard, it'll have it. Yeah, right here, 12 a.m. Eastern time. And there's the 24 hours where it starts saying everything. I started this, I'm in mountain time. I first turned it on at 11 o'clock 2 days ago, or I guess a day and a half ago now. So that is 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So from when I turned it on, it's all kind of mixed up and messed up over here, but that's all right. We can keep an easy track on everything when I base it on wherever I was with balances. So right here, I'll wait another day or two, and then we'll go over the actual 1 days, convert that over to Canadian so I know how much I'm making in my own personal currency. But right now we're at $6.51 USD, and it still have, I don't know, a few hours left to go until we actually hit the 1 day mark here. So pretty sweet, is a lot of fun. ASIC mining is great for the most part. One last thing here, you can actually go to your miner status in its dashboard, and this will tell you your chip temps. Now supposedly these aren't 100% accurate. I should probably crank up the fans just a little bit just to make sure I am keeping this cool. Like fan 1 is only 2760, fan 2 is 3630. So fan 2 is actually your fan in the back, which is sucking from the miner and pushing out, and fan 1 is essentially be your intake. So intake and your discharge right here. And fan 2 seems to be running a little faster than fan 1. I might have to turn it up a little bit just so I know I am keeping this thing actually cool. But for the most part, you put your hand behind it, it doesn't feel like it's too warm at all. It's fairly cool in my basement for now anyway. It's supposed to hit another hot streak here soon. I do have 2 rejected shares though, discarded 649 now. Not sure what every single stat is yet. Again, all you ASIC miners, let me know anything you do, little tips and tricks in the comments, because greatly appreciated. I am learning here, first ASIC to test out, so I am quite excited for it. Yeah, here's all your basic miner statistics. Now I can't wait to actually throw in Hive, because I am really familiar with the Hive interface, so it'll be fun playing around with that as well. That pretty much sums up this video, guys. So I hope we did get this ASIC finally running. It was a little bit of a headache at first, but it was fun to troubleshoot, and once you finally get it going again, it just, you know, gives you that much little bit of gratitude. So please hit that thumbs up, guys, hit that subscribe button, bell notification, be notified for future videos, and I'll catch you on the next one. Rabid out. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please consider watching one of these other videos, hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button. We do a live stream every Sunday, and Discord link is in the description as well. Thanks everybody again, and Rabid out.